The Solitary Woodsman by G.D. Roberts, Part 2. So kindly click if you want to listen a Part 1 in the description box. Green spurs branches for his head. Here he makes his simple bed, crouching with the sun and rising when the dawn is frosty red. So here the green spurs is a type of a plant. Here you can see the type of the plant. Yet branches for his head. So it slowly the branches for his head. For his head is nothing but on the house, that is the roof of the house. Here he makes his simple bed. So during that what happened? In the window or here the poet makes a bed. The bed is simple bed and couching with the sun and rising when the dawn is frosty red. So the poet slept. During the time of the dawn, it is looking like he is sleeping with the sun, that is a couching with the sun and rising when the dawn is frosty red. So now after he slept nicely, during the time of the frosty red, the dawn, he waked up. The person waked up. The man waked up. All day long he wanders wide, with the grey moose for his guide, and his lonely axe stroke startles the expectant forest side. So in this stanza, the poet is explaining that he wanders wide. He walks all alone, where along the grey moose. Grey moose is nothing but a grey moose, that is a green in color, in a grey it is about the earth. For his guide, only one thing is guiding him, that is accompanying him. What? The axe. So, and his lonely axe stroke, when the axe strikes, it gives a startle, it gives a feeling of sudden shock, where in the expectant forest side. So, it gives a existing, that is the excited feeling when they hear the axe stroke sound. When the axe strikes, they can hear the sound. Next stanza. Towards the quiet close of day, back to camp he takes his way, and about his sober footsteps unafraid the squirrel plays. So during the end of the day, after he works, while he is returning to his camp, he can see that the sober footstep is nothing but a very sad, very after getting tired, he returned. During that time, the unafraid the squirrel plays. During that time, the squirrel is not get afraid because he walks slowly, and then the squirrel is playing here and there. And then next stanza. On his roof, the red leaf falls, and his door the blue jay calls. And he hears the wood mice hurry up and down his rough long walls. So when he returned to his home, he can see the roof is filled with what? The red leaves. And his door, the blue jay calls. Blue jay is nothing but a bird. So here we can see the blue jay bird. That bird calls, that bird gives a sound, and here and there the wood mice hurry up and down his rough long walls. So when at home we have a nice polished wood, that is a chair, table, but in a forest there we can see a rough log walls. So there the wood mice goes up and down. And next paragraph. Here's the laughter of the loon thrill the dying afternoon. Here's the calling of the moose echo to the early moon. So author is described very, very interestingly that all the birds and all the creatures during the autumn season. So here the laughter of the loon. So the loon laughter, the loon bird laughs. That sound, it gives what? Thrill the dying afternoon. So it gives some thrilling sound in the afternoon. Here is the calling of the moose, and after when it ends the day, the moose, we already see the moose, it gives echo to the early moon. It gives some echo. It comes something, the day is going to be end, like that it is giving. The the lone bird which kept quiet during afternoon, but when the day comes to the close, it laughs, and during that time the moose also gives a sound because the night is going to come. During the afternoon the loon laughed, but during the time of the ending the day, the loon laughed. The loon kept quiet, and the moose also started to echo because it is the arrival of the moon, because it is the arrival of the night time. And the next stanza, and he hears the partridge drumming, the belated hornet humping, all the faint prophetic sounds that foretell the winter's coming. So next the poet is explaining that how the partridge bird drumming is nothing but the partridge bird giving a drumming sound. It gives some drumming sounds. The partridge gives the sound of drumming. So it is the partridge bird, how it looks, and it gives a drumming sound. And the belated hornet humping. Hornet is a insect. It gives a humming sound. It gives a humming sound. How the poet explained beautifully all the small creatures, even it is a small creatures, the poet explained in a very joyful and happy manner. All the faint prophetic sound that foretell the winter is coming. So all the sounds were gone. Why? Because it foretells that winter season is going to come. So till now we are in autumn season. Now the winter is going to come. And the next stanza, and the wind. So here the poet explaining the autumn as well as the winter season. So, and the wind about his eaves through the chilly night wet grieves, and the earth's damp patience fills him, fellow to the falling leaves. So now at the edge of eaves is nothing but the roof edge. So we can see during the winter season what happened. All the roofs were filled with snow. All the roofs were filled with snow. Through the chilly night wet grieves, the night become a very very chill, and the earth's dumb patience will all the earths becomes a dumb is nothing but they are kept quiet. They are filled with patience and fellow to the falling leaves. So it all becomes very very quiet and become a fellow and become a friend to the fallen leaves. So now the poet is also waiting for his time, how the leaf all fell down and how it died. Same way I am waiting for my time of the death. I am waiting for the time when the death arrives to me. So it is a very very beautiful poem. In this poem the author explained about the autumn as well as the winter season, what are the things are going to happen or happening in that season. So if you like this video, kindly comment, like and subscribe my video and click the bell icon.